They're watching you through cameras and codes. Our souls will break through. Locked in the age of glass and control. I see your soul through the black patrol. They're watching you through cameras and codes. Our souls will break through. Thought in the age of glass and control. I see your soul through the black patrol.
About 20 pence, mate, please. A cup of tea.
There you go. Keep that.
Try, mate. I'm Boethius, author of The Consolation of Philosophy. It's my belief that history is a wheel. Inconstancy is my very essence, says the wheel. Rise up on my spokes if you like, but don't complain when you cast back down into the depths. Good times pass away, but then so do the bad. Mutability is our tragedy, but it's also our hope. The worst of times, like the best, are always passing away.
I know. I know.
Buenos dias. How are we all? Have you got me there? Does somebody want to let me know? Pig Man Goes to Edinburgh. Suzanne Bryce. Can I get a mic check? Because I've no... You can see me. Can you hear me? That's the most important thing. Morning. Suzanne Bryce. No dub. Audible. Elaine Wisher isn't in my... I put that thing up after all the Huns came over last night. She's just replied, "Get to fuck. Slagging off Ouija's. Huns, aye. Ouija's, no." I was like, after I'd done it, I was like, I should have specified, eh? I should have said Ouija Huns. I should have said Ouija Huns or something, or Huns, and I was like, fuck, came out though. That's a Ouija problem, right? Huns are primarily a Ouija problem. So until Ouija's can deal with Huns, like, you know. Anyway, I'm taking pelters from allies, but that's just how it is. What did she say? At least Glasgow 161 are up for a fight, unlike the Edina lot, posh cunts. Never once stood shoulder to shoulder with any Edina cunt actually willing to fight the fash. They're too busy singing and dancing into a Polish kettle. Divide and conquer, wow. Using the tactics of the establishment, and dinna gimme me its humour. No wonder the left is fucked, and Edina is the gentry capitalist centre of Scotland. Love from a Ouija warrior stuck in gentrified leaf. Well, that's me, tell. Come on, hen. Come on, eh? We're all in this together. I need to get this thing sorted. Oh, I know what I can do actually. I'll sort this in a second. Let me know if the tonals are too loud or whatever. Anyway, welcome to What the X. An exciting communal doom scroll. Morning, Bob, Madame Guy. I might have played this mix already. Did I play this mix? I might have. If I did, yeah, it's a good one. I think it's Elliot James. Good morning. Oh, well done. Good morning to you, Nigel Smith. Good morning. It's good to be back. I love this film from the 1250 Massive. Is that in reference to the audio clip at the start of this mix, or the amazing intro video that I played by Norman Harmon? Would you like to clarify? Morning all, glad to be here. Cheers, Bob. Made it. Pigman Goes to Edinburgh. I thought that was brilliant. I hope we might try and fit it in if possible this week. Shalom, comrades. Iran has the right to defend itself. I can't. I think that's fair enough. Right. Morning to you, GTF. Film 24-hour party. Aye, and I liked Harmon sing too. Yeah, it's great. Well, it's all been going on, hasn't it? There's been a whole... I can't get... There's been some activity, to say the least, over the last 24 hours. There's been an uprising. Let's have a look. I'm not taking this call, so you can bolt. Morning to you, Dave Swift. Right. Okay, so last night there was a bit of a commotion went on down at Calder at Sight Hill. And we'll start, before we get into the geopolitical end of the world, we'll start off with our hyper-local. That's how we do here. I feel a bit bad that Elaine Wishart's got annoyed with me. Because she didn't allow me the parameter of humour. She just like took it dead personally. I'm going to just turn that music down a wee bit. Let me know if it's too loud. Okay. So this is quite interesting. Jim's picked up on this. I had replied to this. We'll come back to what Jim's saying in a second, because it's worth digging into this a wee bit, I think. So what have we got going on here? Here's some. I'm enjoying the responses. He's not even from Glasgow, you performative wee lesbian. Jumped up Discord mod, too comfortable on here, dishing out insults. I didn't use Discord. It's like, face it. You're supposed to represent these communities as a leftist, but you're obviously very out of touch with them. I don't think I'm out of touch with them. I think I resent. Alright, well, I have to specify, right? Do I? Huns. So we didn't really need Huns, right? We didn't need Huns. We've got enough problems as it is. We didn't need shit-stirring Huns coming over here and trying to make things worse, which is basically what happened, right? And there's a lot of people were wise to that anyway last night, from what I can gather. But let's see where we're going with all of this. Some folk have taken umbrage to this. I mean, like, maybe we should have a poll, or you know, should I have specified? Like, obviously Huns can fuck off. I don't care. It was late at night. But no, I didn't think so. See, I've got solidarity there from the James Connolly massive. So it's like I think that'll do. Like, sorry, Elaine. there's a sense of Ouija prejudice that we're not able to emancipate ourselves from quite yet. Like, you know. Right, let's have a look. What was Jim Slavin saying there? Because he was responding to that Darinda Kirur or whatever her name is. So here's this guy Craig Houston, who's just like the most repugnant Ouija Hun shit stirrer, you know. And it's like he's kind of the guy behind this. He's like Tommy Ten Names, Israeli asset, Robinson's pal, you know. So it's worth considering whether or not somebody like even Houston is getting a few quid from the Zionists, you know, because he's happy to propagandise on the agenda of Western imperialism, essentially, even though it's at a very particular local level. You shouldn't dismiss just quite how far these tentacles reach, you know. But we'll get onto that in a minute, like, you know. Where was Jim's? This is what happens when you open X. So here we go. You know, you open something and you see something you want to read, and then it disappears. Houston is a teapot. I couldn't agree more. The definitive teapot, I think. Houston is the ultimate teapot. Let me know if that music's too loud in the background. I feel it's quite loud in my headphones. But I think I know where that may be actually. Okay, so this Narinda Kaur, who I don't know this person, I've seen them online, and they seem to evoke the ire of a lot of people. She seems to be quite a sort of publicity-hungry type individual. And I think when you've got a situation like this, it's quite sensible. I mean, presumably everybody knows what we're talking about, was that we had this knife incident. I think it was at the start of the week, I can't even remember. Time seems to be such an amorphous thing at present, but I had this really disturbing incident with this guy running about Sighthill and Calder with the turn the music down a wee bit. I thought so. It seems to be, I think I've got my other level up higher there. Thanks for letting me know that. So obviously the community there is distressed and anxious about something like that happening. Thankfully, eventually they got this guy arrested and he's been charged or whatever. We don't know, as far as I'm aware, we don't know much about this person. You know, where they're from, we really don't know much at present about that. And I think it would be foolish to sort of jump to conclusions, but we're living in a very, very hyper-reactive climate. And we're living in a climate where there's absolutely no doubt about it, there's an increased level of racism everywhere, and there's agitators and right-wing agitators, of which Houston and these types predominantly operate online, but they get a lot of views for their stuff, you know, for what they propagate. And let's just call them for what they are, right? There's no point in pretending to try to dress them up as kind of like noble reporters or noble commentariat or something. They're just shit stirrers. They're just repugnant shit stirrers. Smelly hun shit stirrers, basically, right? And if you want to be smelly hun shit stirrers, fine, be smelly hun shit stirrers in your smelly hun homelands, right? But then they come over here and start fucking noising up folk over here as well, right? If we've got people here that want to be problematic, but you know, why do you need to bus in Huns? Why do we need Huns in Calder and Sighthill? If anybody's watching or knows anybody around over there, like why do we need a bunch of Huns to turn up? And what is it that they're contributing to this situation exactly? Right? Because when I looked at the footage, there was a bunch of and people were chanting fuck the Pope. Like, what's that got to do? What is a chant of fuck the Pope got to do with a knife incident in Calder, in Sighthill? Maybe Craig the Hun Houston can explain that to us, seeing as he was there orchestrating this. Anyway. So this Narinda Kaur says, a disgusting anti-immigration protest is taking place at Sighthill in Edinburgh, apparently organised by a far-right group. Now, whoever did organise the actual event or otherwise, you know, it may be that the person that organised this event is aligned in some way or other to some sort of right-wing activity. Who knows, right? The bottom line is, a lot of the people that are going to have come out to that thing the other night there are going to be local residents. And a lot of those local residents are going to be concerned about what's going on, and they've got every right to go out in their community and meet together and come together as a community, you know, to show that they're united in some capacity. And it's very dangerous to stigmatise all of those people as being associated with the far right. And I had messages from people last night who were down there who were saying exactly that there was a lot of good people out in the community who are from the community, and they were conscious of the fact that there were a lot of people from the outside coming in, and they weren't pleased about that. So it just shows you right away that when Tommy Robinson and all these people are jumping on this and try to use this as an example of some kind of united Scotland against immigration or illegal immigration or something like that, that's not an accurate representation of what was actually going on here, you know. Jim Slavin says, task is to disentangle racism from reasonable. If you live in a scheme concern about safety, housing allocation, policing, double standards, Edinburgh Council ineptitude is not racism, it's rational. Using a stabbing to claim migrants are all bad, all good is exploitative and wrong. Well, perfectly sensible common sense there from the wise man himself, Jim Slavin. And this is the point. And I think the reason why I find people like Houston and whoever this other guy is, this other guy, this Kev the ranter guy, the reason why these people are so objectionable to myself is because these people don't have any politics or solutions. You know, Calder, Wester Hill, Sighthill, these areas, you know, these are areas that are, you know, they're neglected areas anyway. You know, all schemes in Edinburgh are neglected. And a lot of the responsibility for what's going on in these places is down to the council completely and utterly disinvesting in all of our local areas. I mean, the Edinburgh Council are their activities are criminal. They've socially cleansed the city. They pour all the money that comes into tourism and the benefits and private enterprise, and they've starved the communities and the wider section of the city from any investment, and it's increasingly economically prohibitive for people to come into the town in the way that they traditionally would. And they're really cultivating the problem, and the housing crisis in Edinburgh is a real issue. And this does stretch to the SNP as well. The SNP government have got a huge question mark over their head about what they do with housing allocation. And local residents and people in council accommodation have got an awful lot of right to be very angry about the way that they've been treated for a long period of time now. And, you know, what we need is political solutions, as Jim's saying. We don't need outside Ouija Hun agitators coming in here and making things worse, right? And that's basically that's all we're saying, you know. Sally Cinnamon responds to Jim, "This is probably the best post I've seen on this, Jim. Well said." We'll give Sally Cinnamon a retweet as well. I think I replied to this woman last night. I said, yeah, you are wrong about this. It is true that Ouija agitators. Am I going to be banned for Glasgow now, like, you know? Ouija agitators did turn up, but the majority of the people there are residents who are entitled to come together after the horrific knife attack. Review your ill-informed statement. It's insulting and plays into right-wing hands. Well, she obviously hasn't listened to me or anyone else for that matter, because that would mean that's me, Sally Cinnamon. Right, well, that's good to know. You've gave up your nom de plume. So what do we think? What do we think about what's going on here? Definitely. Let me just look here just now. I like it when these types get angry with you because they kind of just show their cards right away. I was quite interested in this guy. This guy's kind of a prominent. Where's he? I thought he was anonymous, but it turns out he's actually right. So this is his. You sound like him, is he? Where is he? Craig Houston. So this was obviously the guy, which I have to look. You know, you can't just say that everything that everybody says about this, depending on their alignment, means that they're wrong. I mean, the idea that this guy's 23, definitely, I think everybody can sort of have a bit of a chin-stroking moment about that. You know, it doesn't seem. Right, I ken who you are. Nice to see you there. I don't think this guy is 23, but you know, maybe he is 23. I don't think he's 23. Do you think he's 23? Who knows, right? But whatever's going on there, something mental's going on there. So let's see. I need to put my my other audio thing on here to make this work. He's been to get his teeth done in Turkey. Ouija Huns, lol. This is the X chat. The guy is in Sockton, for fuck's sake. It was just a Hun piss up. Tough paper round. I'll be back in just a moment. I need to organise a few settings, and I'll return forthwith in a moment. Don't go. Oh, hold on a sec. Don't go. Didn't go anywhere. I'll be back.
Here are the conspiracy theories floating around TikTok this week. They're pretty wild, so sit down.
Just stopped in Tesco's on my way up the road from work, right? Got this little pouch of yoghurt, got some cling film, pack of bin bags, a lime, 1 can of coconut milk, and some strawberries my daughter just made off with. Alright, £12.20. Come walking out of Tesco's, bumped into a copper, and I'm like, "Oh, you, I just got robbed, mate." Alright, I told him what I bought, I told him it was £12.20. You know, and I'm like, "Mate, you need to be supporting shoplifting, eh? That's the point we're at." And he's like, "No, but that drives the prices up." And I'm like, "No, mate, what drives the prices up is the pure fucking wrongings that we're subsidising. Like, what side you on, dude?"
Take a little time. You're like music to my soul. Oh, our journey's like poetry. Love is our destiny. We're never alone. Once we are together, we're home. No doubt for a moment, this is where we belong.
Right, I've returned. I mean, I think that was quite a, what you might describe as a timeline cleanse. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I want to return to such gnarly subject matter after such nice vibes from those little clips there. But let's have a look here. Let's have a look. What's going on here?
Parks. I think what's happened is tensions ramped up when the crowd suddenly moved to confront a counter-protest outside a nearby church.
Hold on a wee sec.
Police kept the two.
Okay.
Tensions ramped up when the crowd suddenly moved to confront a counter-protest.
Oh, I'll tell you what I can do as well. Just bear with me a wee second. I'm not quite. I've got a few. Listen, like if you're spinning as many plates as I was, you would sympathise. you would sympathise with my. Let me just check here. Is this one? Maybe not. Right. Okay. It should. If it needs to be louder, let me know. I might have to worry about that another time. Right, okay, here we go.
Outside a nearby church, police kept the two sides apart.
I think what's happened is that the far right have brought people from all different parts of Scotland and have brought them here to make it look like they've got a big mob. The local people didn't want this situation. They didn't want the stabbing. We didn't want division. And that's the kind of division that they people have came to create.
And I'm saying to you...
Right, well...
Tensions ramped up...
There's Willie Black, who's basically, you know, a man of great integrity and a well-known local organiser, and I would be inclined to believe anything that Willie Black basically said on such matters. So what's Craig Houston saying? Craig Houston says Willie Black is a liar. Do we think that Willie Black is a liar? Let's see. So Willie Black is a liar, right? So what is Craig Houston saying? Is Craig Houston saying that a whole bunch of folk from elsewhere didn't turn up? Weren't they brought in specifically to agitate? I'll give you another example. In my replies to this guy that's always giving me nonsense, where is he? So a friend of mine had messaged me last night. I've removed his name just out of courtesy because it's. He said to me, "The schemes were out tonight, mate. The interlopers with non-local accents that tried the shite got tuned quick. So I'm pleased to hear this. It was therefore a well-intentioned, peaceful gathering. Quite a few older CCS faces there as well." Just read that back about funny accents and that. I'm meaning there were West Coast and up north accents in the crowd trying to stir it up. Not foreign gadgets. I said, I get what you meant. I'll correct myself. I think that Unite the Clan mob did end up there. I think there's some live TikTok going on with these mutants embarrassing themselves. Are they Ouija's and Aberdeen that unite the clan? Don't know who they are, but it's a shame as there were plenty normal people there and the attention-seeking turds will ruin it in the end. Right, so who's correct here, right? Is Craig the Hun Houston correct? Or am I correct, being from Edinburgh? Is my mates correct who were actually there last night who was sending me those messages? And is Willie Black, is Willie Black correct or incorrect? What do we think? Craig Houston has said that Willie Black is a liar. I mean, we are giving Craig Houston a wee bit like more airtime than I would want to give Craig Houston, you know, because I'm not quite sure what Craig Houston. I'm not quite sure what Craig Houston's contribution is to existence in general. You know what I mean? Never mind just this sort of debate, you know, or what's going on here. Like, you know, what is the point of Craig Houston, other than the fact that he's Tommy Robinson's pal, or like he's involved with these people who are pushing, what agenda are they pushing? They're pushing a Zionist agenda, right? That's 100% what they're behind. So if Craig Houston's so interested in the integrity of our country, why is he dancing to the tune of the Zionists exactly? Is he a Zionist? Is Craig Houston a Zionist? Well, it's worth asking the question, I think. Anyway, what more can we see in amongst the fray? Let's have a look. So this was this guy, Keith the Ranter. Keith the Ranter insisted that he's actually, he didn't, you know, we do like to say, you know, playfully, like, you know, if it's beyond the Mayberry roundabout, then you're a Hun. Sorry, a Ouija. You're a Ouija. But this guy, I think this guy was suggesting, that he wasn't a Ouija, right? But I'll just, just for your own. This is this guy. Where is his thing? Hold on a wee second. Okay, I like his account is the truth. Some of us have wildly different interpretations of what the truth is. Nevertheless, Kevin the Ranter is his name, and Kevin was very involved. Kevin's very involved in this. He's very excited by everything that's going on. He likes to make videos of lots of what many people would consider to be Islamophobia. And Kevin the Ranter, I mean, most of this is like online propaganda, isn't it? It's just a kind of disputing it, what everyone else says. Edinburgh came alive tonight. Okay. But Kevin was very insistent that he wasn't a Ouija, because this is just definitely a hunt. I mean, it's pretty. He's almost certainly a hunt, right? But this was Kevin here anyway. I thought he was an anonymous account because like 90% of these accounts are anonymous, right? But it turns out that Craig Houston actually was talking to Kevin the Ranter, and here he is here. So let's see what we think. Let's have a wee, let's use our senses and attune our ears. Attune our lugs to Kevin's tonals, and let's see if we does he sound like a local guy? Let's have a listen, right?
What you want me to tell you?
What you want me to tell you?
What do you think the turnout? What's the sort of vibe of the place?
Well, there you go. It says it all, doesn't it? I mean,
shut up, Kevin the Ranter. All right. What you trying to tell me you were born in the Cowgate with James Connolly? I didn't think so, pal. Right, that's enough of Kevin the Ranter. But definitely a Ouija, right? Okay. So we've heard enough of Kevin the Ranter to know that he's definitely a Ouija. Nothing wrong with being a Ouija as such, but a Ouija hunt, maybe there's something in that, right? Anyway, if anybody wants to add anything else to do with last night's I think it's important as well. I think it's important because there's a lot of leftists, like, who will see that gathering, and they will want to sort of think all of those people there are right wingers, or as it's being billed like an anti. I mean, here's a national, right? A large anti-immigration protest is taking place at Sighthill in Edinburgh following an incident on Monday in which 2 people were injured. One man was stabbed and a woman suffered a laceration to the head which was not believed to be caused by a bladed weapon. So there's a sense that they're keen to kind of like clarify. And I don't think that's particularly helpful. You know what I mean? It's like, the guy was definitely walking about with a couple of blades, right? He definitely looked like he was a dangerous person, to say the least. And but they've decided that this event, this gathering, was an anti-immigration protest. I think what Willie Black said there, Willie Black didn't necessarily say that it was an anti-immigration protest, did he? He said that there was people there from elsewhere that were agitating, but I don't think Willie Black was stigmatising the whole gathering in that sense. So I think that the bourgeois liberals, the middle class lefties, inevitably just demonstrate their ignorance and their class prejudice with this, and really just make things worse. Because by doing that, okay, so you've got people here that have got Union Jacks or whatever, but a lot of those people there, they will not just because a few folk there have got Union Jacks and whatnot, a lot of those people there, like we said, takes a HUD sounds like Blantyre, right? So there we go. Who knows the origins of Kevin the Ranter? Perhaps somebody can let us know. Perhaps we can find out. Not that I'm really that interested, if I'm honest. But the idea, this idea, you know, declaring himself a non-Ouija, it's like, I'm not being funny, pal. But you know, I think it's disingenuous for the National to do that, and I think that's another example of why our Scottish media, our Scottish middle class media, is no use either. You know. Really, what we need is to, as you know, Jim Slavin said it. You know, we need some rationale here. You know, increasingly we've got a social divide, and that is as much caused by ignorant, class prejudice middle classes as it is by the opportunists who are seeking to exploit that. Enlighten me, Raj. Where is Thornton Hall? I know that I've heard of it. I didn't ken where it is off the top of my head. Thornton Hall. Robert Callahan says, might be skirting around the bypass. This is in response to might be skirting round the bypass to visit a few sites down the A1 next week. Need confirmation I'll get no shit from your junta forces whilst making a stop at Mossaborough services. Just letting them know it's alright in that, like, you know. The posh bit between Busby and East Kilbride. What are we saying? That Kevin the Ranter's got an affluent background? Is that what we're saying? Is that what he's hiding from us? Kev's hiding his affluence. Okay, right. It's 11:43 in the morning. You're watching What the X, the most unique social media experience around, where we reintroduce the public into the public tribunal of social media. Gangster made good. Is this what we're knowing? Is this actual intel on Kev the Ranter? Gangster. Right. Okay, what else is going down? It seems that Israel is taking a significant pounding. There's a lot of AI videos getting posted around, which isn't really helping things either. Now, while I'm at it, remember to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to Discontent and our socials. You're welcome to donate to Discontent as well if you want to click our Ko-fi page. I think I've put it there. If it's not, I'll put it there in a minute. Let's go to the bookmarks. Let's take a brief pause from the chaos of the Calder chaos. But I think to be honest, I did feel a little bit I did feel kind of irritated about that, about the fact that I think it kind of it exposes something a little bit about Edinburgh. In fact, I'll say this. I need to choose my words carefully here. By no means whatsoever am I suggesting that what happened with this crazy guy with the knives is there's nothing positive about that. Let's not be silly about this. But it's important to remember that Edinburgh is not just a city of rich people, a castle, tourists, and the predatory hands of private developers and their council lackeys that are basically, you know, selling the city out to sort out the international capital and private profiteers, and, for want of a better term, wealthy settler colonialists who are the benefactors of that gentrification process. There are people that have lived in this city for generations and generations, and increasingly they're finding it harder to survive in the city, harder to stay in the city, and their ability to have a rewarding experience as a resident of the city is increasingly diminished. And part of the problem is when we have areas that have low investment, that the council have neglected. There are tensions there, and there are inequalities that are therefore likely to be exploited in these conditions and in this particular climate. And I think in some ways I'd like to see something positive come from this situation. I know Kundalini King's Scottish Sovereign Network is wanting to do some events down in the area and bring in a bunch of artists and put some live music on, which I think is a great idea, and I'm right behind that kind of thing. I think he's wanting to do that in the first place he's wanting to do it is Pilton Park. So I think that in some ways this incident and the commotion that's surrounding it, I think I'd like to try to see if the communities and the city at large can maybe have a wee think about this and maybe take a moment to remember. I mean, right now, if you go on Instagram and you look about Edinburgh, you're going to see hundreds of influencers who are essentially indistinguishable from each other, who can't wait to tell you that the best way to experience Edinburgh is to spend about £100 on pastries and go for a spa somewhere. You know, most of these people seem to have spent about £500 before midday, like, you know what I mean, in the videos that they post. And this type of lifestyle isn't attainable to really anyone, really any normal person. But it's slightly unpleasant when this becomes the predominant idea of what Edinburgh is. And anyone that's familiar with me rabbiting on over these last few years, or even my own attempts to have, you know, an alternative perspective of Edinburgh realised in a more ambitious form and seen those doors closed in their face, will understand that what we're talking about here is we're talking about a city that is very underrepresented, and a city whose actual long-standing culture has been continually under threat and is now experiencing essentially a form of erasure. And that's quite an insidious thing when you really think about it, you know. You get lots of academics who like to fetishise, you know, the impacts of gentrification and stuff. But we're not really seeing, and it's not just gentrification, let's be clear about this, you know. Gentrification is a bit of a catch-all term. What we're talking about here is planned social cleansing. And that's a much darker thing. There's something much darker and deeper about that, and that's a very, you know, considered position of class prejudice at a fundamental level. But you know, inevitably, as I've said before, Edinburgh is kind of like the archetypal neoliberal city. our public spaces increasingly converted into private interest, sold off to private interests, and in some cases gifted to private enterprise. And we don't have any investment. The council are about to spend, I think, upwards of about £50 million to pedestrianise George Street and to spend all this money on George Street. George Street doesn't need to have this money spent on it. But we don't have any community centres, and we don't have any youth activities, and we don't have any funded culture. Gary Dempsey wrote a great article on the website, on the Discontent website, just the other week there, about the Canongate Youth Project now being turfed out and the festival office being gifted the building that the Canongate Youth Project was previously in. And he was making the point that as a young lad growing up in the city, he was a bit of a tearaway, he came from the scheme, and they had got themselves in quite a bit of bother, and the Canongate Youth Project was the project that changed his life, and he's then had a 30-year career in the film industry, and one of the other guys that was in there with him has just been given an MBE, and this was because there was a dedicated and cohesive strategy and infrastructure to cater for these situations and problem boys and all the rest of it. If you remove all that, if you remove community centres, if you remove community workers, and then we end up with situations like this. Cut and paste influencers will empty out of Dubai and turn up in Edinburgh. Can't wait for it. Jim Oxy says, it's obvious this is where the worst incidents of violence will happen. Poverty more related than anything, in my opinion. Well, this is absolutely correct, isn't it? And that's the problem, is that, you know, essentially you have people like Houston and co agitating without any political perspective of how to alter things, and they just want to stigmatise and demonise anybody that's not the right skin colour. Because let's be honest, right? The first thing they always do is they like to get on their high horse, and they always like to deny that they're remotely racist in any way whatsoever. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous, you know. Edinburgh is, you know, it's taken a long time, but Edinburgh is becoming a very mixed city over this last decade or so. And you know, I don't think it's right that people should be able to come here and live here and not feel threatened, whoever they are, whether they're unless they're Ouija's, right? That's different. John McFadden says, block the M8, mass Ouija deportations now. I'm not the only one. Right, I'll be back. I'll be back shortly. Didn't go anywhere.
You're a slot badger. You're a two-pin din plug.
Yes.
You're a bush dodger. You're a small beam regarder.
Yes.
You're an Una bummer. You're a nut administrator. You're a bent ref. You're the crazy world of Arthur Brown.
Yes.
You're a fence foal.
Yes.
You're a free willy.
Yes.
You're a chimney bottler. You're a bunty man. You're a shrub rocketeer.
Yes. Thank you very much indeed.
And when you're totally safe and contain no content or no ideas that are disturbing to the ideas that the government or the powers that be want to have broadcast to the public at large, when you're saying nothing, then you will get on the radio.
We're scamming, scamming against the name of the law. Nigga, we're scamming, big up the scammer, them down a yard. We're scamming,
Yeah, blood, wrap that shit up. This time go home. I don't know, nigga, what? That shit up. This time go home. We going home. I don't know. That's what y'all got in y'all arsenal? I'm sorry, Iran. I wasn't familiar with your game, blood. I ain't know y'all niggas was having like that. I don't know what the fuck that was. I done seen a lot of shit in my lifetime. I done played a lot of games. Nigga, I done watched animes, and I don't, bro, what the fuck was that? Yeah, bro. Y'all got that shit. Keep that shit over there. Y'all know we locked in. You know we locked in. That's why you let us 13 black people go. You feel me? We locked in. We locked in with y'all Iranians. You feel me?
So this is Dubai Airport.
Straight to the aircraft. Straight to... Oh, Ya Allah.
Okay.
Reasons or other, but
I think eventually there will be a need for boots on the ground.
I would not exclude it for those or other, but we'll have to see how it goes forward.
And will that include Israeli boots on the ground, do you think?
I exclude nothing. We've been waiting for 47 years, and we came to a point that every necessary means should be taken in order to achieve our goals.
What we're seeing from...
We are not winning this.
Do you think eventually...
So, there's some crazy stuff going on, right?
Covered enough is that the entire region right now is on fire because of what Donald Trump did. This is the U.S. consulate in Dubai, where an Iranian drone struck. Iran right now is hunting Americans with attacks like this all over the region. Here's Pakistan. Over civilians have been killed, 120 plus have been injured in pro-Iran, anti-US protests, which attempt to storm the US consulate in Karachi. This is really important because Pakistan has more Shia Muslims than any other country in the world, and this violence is going to continue, and there is a real new risk of a new Shia anti-US militancy that erupts in Pakistan. This is a nuclear weapon armed country. Here's footage from explosions and chaos as protesters stormed the Green Zone in Baghdad in Iraq. Now, Iran controls deadly militias in Iraq. They could set that nation on fire at any time. We still have thousands of troops there. This is footage from Kuwait. This is an American F-15 falling out of the sky. They were shot down by the Kuwaitis. And here's another problem. With so many countries that are now defending themselves from Iranian attacks, our troops and planes are at risk all over the region of friendly fire. Here's UAE. Sunday, a French military base in Abu Dhabi is bombed by Iran. One of those missiles narrowly missed a nearby German cruise liner with thousands of civilians on board, and it just set off chaos and panic and confusion on board. Tourism is going to be just frozen, devastated in the region for probably years to come. Saudi Arabia, this is footage from their oil refinery. It produces hundreds of thousands of barrels of oil every day. It plays a significant role in the world's economy, and it's shut down right now after Iranian drones caused this massive fire that you're looking at. Oil prices have gone soaring and gas prices are soon to follow. These are just a few of the images of the chaos that's spreading like wildfire throughout the entire region in the wake of Trump's incoherent illegal strikes on Iran. It is hard to overhype what a disaster the early days of this military campaign have been, and as bad as these images are in and all over the region, it's likely to get a lot worse.
So,
right, well, it's definitely heating up, you know. We have an unfortunate situation unfolding with this whole conflict that old Trump has unleashed upon us all, and I think it's going to be starting to affect oil prices. And no doubt Starmer and co and all the rest of it will milk it. But does it mean that they're going to start potentially, well, can we see it? Can we see, just when you thought prices were out of control after COVID? Because fundamentally that is what's going to happen, right? They've blocked this, what is it, the Strait of Hormuz or whatever it is, and this has mass implications for the global economy, essentially. But the question is, how is this conflict going to play out in the forthcoming Scottish elections? That's what I'm interested in. What will this international crisis do for our local Hormuz? That's right. What will this what will this do in our forthcoming battle for the 129 seats in Holyrood? A lot of people are already out campaigning in earnest. I noticed that Lloyd Quinnan was having a let's have a look here. I think Workers' Party Scotland. Where is it? David Henry was having an argument with Lloyd Quinnan this morning. Or yesterday. Where was it? Lloyd. Look, we all do it. Let's all scroll together. Maybe they've deleted their exchange. I can tell you something right now. From personal experience, social media is where the social media is where. Here we are. What's going on here? This is what I want to look at. Hold on a minute, just he's a sec. Try to keep track of it all. I didn't get it. Right, okay, basically there's a sort of battle for who's the most socialist person. David Henry has been selected as the George Galloway's Workers' Party candidate for Edinburgh Central, I think, for his iteration of the Workers' Party of Great Britain. David Henry is not a well-versed socialist as far as I'm concerned. David Henry is a journeyman guy who wants to get into electoral politics in anywhere he can. The council, Holyrood. You know, David Henry would be happy sitting in some local village hall somewhere, so long as he was a member of a council in some capacity or other. I'm sure I've met David. I think he's an okay guy, nice enough guy. I don't know him, but he doesn't have a long history of socialism. And I think at this moment in time, if you're going to vote for a socialist party, if you've got the cognition to recognise that you either spoil your ballot when you go in to vote for Holyrood, or you vote for a socialist, either an avowed independent socialist, somebody who you understand who you're voting for, or if you're going to vote for a socialist entity as a political party, I think you should lend that vote to an established political socialist party. And in Scotland, I've already made that clear. I think it's clear for me that really probably would be the SSP. If the SSP are fielding candidates and you've got an opportunity to vote for them, that would be my suggestion, I think, at present. The fact that they've chosen David Henry as their candidate, I think it's not a particularly wise choice in my opinion. David Henry isn't a socialist. There should be a bit of solidarity, I think, in this period of time where things are at such a critical point. Solidarity amongst the left and socialists. Is that even possible? Another thing to consider, just while I remember actually, the track that I played there, beautiful piece of music from I Am Pluto and his latest track called Fantasy Paint, which I thought was fantastic. hence why I've played it this morning. There's been a meltdown with the Wings Over Scotland guy. He's been increasingly. I said recently that I wondered whether it was a kind of performative thing where eventually he's just going to throw in the towel. But he's been blocking everybody now, blocking people who've been giving him money forever. Just completely and utterly just telling them to go fuck themselves and stuff, you know. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't getting a bit of cash for somewhere nefarious. He's almost entirely banging the drum for the Western imperialists. He's a clown, he always was a clown, you know. One thing I noticed was that when some of the people that got blocked by him and they were kind of getting a bit annoyed that they'd finally been blocked by this guy, let me see if I can find. I'd have to type in his thing. I didn't Wings. I'd never find it from that actually. I doubt I would find it here. He's blocked me. I think I would struggle. He posts so frequently and in such a deranged manner, it would be difficult for me to find the exchange. But he had there was like a long-term there was like people that had followed him and stuff for ages, but the thing that I found quite interesting was that people on the sort of microcosmic kind of like parochial landscape of the Scottish online Twitter sphere or X sphere or otherwise, they always kind of got this notion to suggest that he's got this, they call it his forensic analysis. And I read one of his articles. I mean, over the years, I've read a few things that he's written. I've never been impressed by anything that he's written at all. But I read an article he wrote the other day there. He posted it in response to Lloyd Quinnan about something, and I read it. And it was just moronic, you know. It was just absolute nonsense. It was just his opinion dressed up as fact. With this kind of, and I sort of looked at it and I recognised he uses this kind of rhetorical device when he creates his arguments. So I think when all these people kind of have got this idea that he's this kind of like great mind, I think it's a bit of a self-own. When you actually start to dissect his articles and you look at how he operates, he's not a great writer. He's far from a great writer. And more fool anybody that's really gave him money over the years, really, to be honest, because I don't think anybody that's expressing themselves in the way that he is these days suddenly just becomes this way. I think that, in fact, actually, I'm glad I did actually. I'm glad, actually. I remember I did see this, because I even thought, man, that's some low business that he come with. I mean, this is just a general rhetoric, like, you know, go fuck yourself, fuck you, fucking cuz, fuck off. This is the guy with forensic analysis, right? You know, go fuck yourselves, fuck off, you arseholes. I mean, pretty much every single post, you know what I mean, when he responds to people, is just this belligerent rage, you know what I mean? But his actual style, his methodology of writing, especially on these articles and stuff like that, they're not well written. They're just nonsense. They're just basically his angry opinion, and he collates different figures and stuff. He did something completely amateur, like, you know. He made what's this? I'm getting a post here. Oh, was this one? Yeah, I saw this. He put this article up, and he had basically said the electorate. He compared elections to Buckaroo. This was some article he'd written some years ago. He compared it to you know, the game when you're a kid and you put the stuff on the horse or whatever, and it was this really pathetic argument as to why you couldn't have an independence campaign associated to sort of major issues. It was just nonsense. It was incredibly poorly written nonsense. So I didn't really understand why people like this guy's like some like Gore Vidal or something. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing, really. Where was it that I had? I think I had posted to kind of like draw attention to. So this was what he said. So he was basically disputing the fact that the US and Israelis murdered all of those schoolgirls the other week there, and somebody had written, the filthy Epstein regime has slaughtered 57 little girls. Actually, that was 100 short of the actual, more than 100 short of what was the actual the total there. At their elementary school in Minab City, and he replied, "Oh, sorry, did it stop you hanging them?" I mean, I don't know why anybody would think that somebody who said something like that should be respected or endorsed for anything that they say, never mind the fact that they can scrawl some fucking excretions about the idiocy of Hollywood and the fools that populate that. I don't know what that's about, you know. But I think he's kind of gone postal, and I suspect that he's teeing himself up to fuck off, you know. Which would be, you know, that would be one positive thing for our sort of online discourse if he did. But then he's maybe just going to block so many. But he's also, if you look at the stuff that we've been through this, you know, the stuff that he repropagates or whatever, or reposts, is all just of one particular section of culture war nonsense, you know. Police have issued an update after hundreds of people gathered for an anti-immigration protest in Edinburgh. Shall we read their update, if they let us read it without the paywall? On Friday, at least 50 officers were dispatched to the scene of the protest at Sighthill in the corridors area of the city. The protest was called following an incident on Monday in which 2 people were injured. A man was stabbed. The protest on Friday was sparked after misinformation around the incident was spread online, including by the likes of Elon Musk. Well, that'll do it. Where did you get this rumour from? The richest man in the world. Tommy Robinson and Reform UK. Police later went on to issue concerns about the misinformation which had been circulating. And on Saturday, Police Scotland provided an update to the National confirming that no injuries were reported and no arrests were made at the protest. But I think that that's important as well to recognise, you know, that despite these Huns, despite these Ouija Hun types, despite these Huns turning up, as I was saying, like, most of the people who were out there probably were people from that local area, local community. And I think it's a testament to those people that there were no arrests. And I think they should be proud of the fact that there were no arrests. It's like, yeah, there was clearly some Bodger says, "Wings makes me ashamed to be a bigot," and I think that's a great quote. I think we need to expand on that at some point over the coming period. But I think it's important to note, you know, that despite, you know, there was videos of folk singing "Fuck the Pope" and all this kind of stuff, but there were no arrests, and the groups later dispersed. And, you know, I'm not sure that the app. I think Willie Black, you know, Craig Houston had the audacity to call Willie Black a liar. But I think Willie Black was bang on, you know. These communities, there's good people in these communities, and these are good communities in many respects. And I'd like to see a bit more engagement across the city. With the areas and the communities that don't really get the light shone on them at all, because people are too busy going on about some £9 pastry or something, you know. I think that's really something that I would like to see. The footage that's online will bring the arrests over the weekend. Is that what you're saying? That there's incriminating footage? What's the time? 12:20. There's a few things on today. Dr. Normal, who's a great Ouija artist, is down at Leith Links with an event. I think it's like some Kurdish event going on down at Leith Links. Also at 1 o'clock in town, I think probably, I can't be sure, the Gaza Genocide Emergency Committee The Palestinian Solidarity Campaign are having an anti-war march. Presumably, I think it's going to the Iranian embassy, but I think that the American embassy. But I think that that's congregating at the Mound at 1 o'clock. Cal says, I'd like to see the council fawning over these communities like they fawn over the tourists, and he's not finished his sentence, but I think I'm inclined to agree with you there. Kundalini King says, this afternoon I will be landing the sound system at that tower block that went viral this week. Going to bring some roots and culture, 3 to 4 p.m-ish. I'm going to bring heaven to earth again, from chaos to harmony. It's what I'm good at. It's one thing working with the energy, but when the energy works with you, that is synchronicity. I am in the middle of sorting out a tower block party in a few weeks. And if this happens, so it'd be rude not to. All roads lead to Cobbenshaw House. The sun is up, the sky is blue, it's beautiful, and so are you. Bring some roots and culture. If you want to plug in, you know the drill. Just rock up, stay sovereign, and keep shining. So that's good. Good people going down there to play some good music. Cal says fawning over student accommodation in companies. I agree with that, definitely. Right, I'm nipping away for a second. I'll be back. Didn't go near there.
It is the biggest single American atrocity since the Vietnam War. The massacre of 167 girls aged between 7 and 12 in their classrooms in an elementary school. Every single child in 5 of the classrooms was massacred. 60 others are wounded in hospital, many of them critical. Later in that first day of the war, 40 volleyball players, all female, were massacred in a single airstrike. I'm probably telling you that piece of news for the first time, but it's quite possible that you don't even know about the slaughter of the schoolgirls. It is the biggest single slaughter of girls in the recorded history of the world, yet no one is talking about it. Just ponder for a second, if Russia had killed 167 Ukrainian schoolgirls, this would be the biggest journalistic story in the world and for years to come. It has died just as surely as the schoolgirls and the volleyball players have died.
I don't even want to get political, but why am I seeing army adverts on my feed every 10 minutes? Do I look like a mug to you? You want me to clap for war? You want me to feel patriotic? You want me to be impressed by uniforms and marching music? Listen, I've seen what war does. I got people I know sitting in prison right now because they took the life of someone who took the life of their loved one. But when governments send thousands of young men to do the same thing, it's called honour. When politicians argue in suits and children die, and somehow I'm supposed to normalise it, you expect me to scroll past footage of bomb cities and be like, yeah, fair enough. You expect me to be grateful for that? For what? For leaders who clock off when they finish work and go home to their families, while some others don't have no homes left? And that ain't no disrespect to soldiers. A lot of them are young. A lot of them join for opportunity. Some join because they feel they got no other path. But let's just be real now. The same system that will lock up a man for life for killing somebody over a crime of passion will send somebody across the road of the world to kill a stranger and get a medal. Explain that double standards to me. I hate injustice. I always have hated injustice. I've seen it. I've lived it. I felt what it's like when the rules don't apply properly. And war is the biggest example of that. And we're told it's necessary, it's defense, it's strategy. But at the bottom of it all, it's human beings dying because powerful men can't find a solution. And before anybody says, so what's the answer then? Here's my take. I understand that countries need defense. I understand that sometimes violence is used because someone else is using violence. The world isn't soft and it's not simple. But what I don't accept is pretending war is a noble thing. I don't accept recruiting through glossy adverts while hiding real trauma like PTSD and broken families. I don't accept working class kids who have to die over politics. And I will never accept that I have to be grateful for an army. Questioning power is not weakness. Questioning the army is not weakness, it's intelligence. It don't make me ungrateful, it just makes me human. And if that makes me controversial, good. I would rather be controversial than be comfortable with injustice. Do I look like some kind of mug to you? Do I look like an idiot to you?
Well, it's all getting a bit crazy, eh? What about this young lassie that was the SNP candidate, Sally Donald? What do we know about her? She was committing benefit fraud, is that right? Sally Donald, SNP. She was the one that was going on about getting on the gravy bus again, you know? She was all excited to... she was like an SNP apparatchik. What's this? Sam Taylor. Sally Donald describes how she diagnoses her friends with autism. Knowing lots of movie quotes is apparently a classic sign that you could be eligible for disability benefits in Scotland. It's really insidious. I think that Donald was £20,000 in benefits she's scammed. And you know, she was in there with all of them, with Stephen Flynn. She was very much in the sort of Sturgeonite inner circle. She would know Swinney, they would all be pally and all the rest of it. She was given that whole kind of like selected on account of, you know, it's like good to have a young, like one of these Kelly Given type characters, you know, somebody with a political acumen of a nettle, but because they're a woman and because they, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, we can tick all these kind of positive discrimination boxes and get you bust in and like kind of you're going to become our obsequious, malleable little candidate for a seat somewhere that we can get for you. And they've been found out, and having someone like having someone like that exposed for the here's the gravy bus. East Renfrewshire asks if you want to be infuriated at have a look at £20,000 benefit sheet Sally Donald's Instagram profile. She's been living an influencer's life on our dime. It's absolutely infuriating as we pay massive marginal tax rates and they're spending like this. I'm sure when I click this it will be a private account, will it? Well, maybe not. Her account's still there. What's she saying? Oh, dearie me hen. There she is with Swinney and Co. They make a lovely little couple, actually, don't they? There we go. Fixed stare, furrowed brow, but with an extra wee grin there, eh, John? Honest John. What do you think she's saying that's so interesting? Do you think she's saying, John, I don't think you should let American planes take off from Scottish bases to bomb Iran? I'm almost certain that's what she's saying to him, like. It's a shame we won't have this great mind at Holyrood come May. Let's have a look at our Instagram thing.
Photo calls. Spend the day with me as the SNP candidate for Edinburgh Southern. So started the day in South Queensferry for a little Valentine's Day photo call. So cute and so fun to see everyone. Everyone was on great form, enjoying the blue skies. Then knocked on some doors in the constituency, spoke to lots of SNP voters, always love that. Stopped for lunch and then recorded some campaign videos. Stay tuned for those. Scotland bet England in the rugby. Job's a good one.
It's quite good in a way, isn't it? It shows the calibre of the political class, of the contemporary neoliberal political class. So, you know, it's not bad really that she's exposed herself in this way, because it allows us to give a bit of scrutiny to the type of vapid, vacuous non-entities who occupy 99.9% of the contemporary political class. And that goes across every party. That's not just exclusive to the SNP. So the downfall of Sally Donald is kind of a symbolic issue in terms of who we are actually willing to elect to Parliament, you know. Obviously, the main thing about electoral politics is that, you know, most people don't bother to vote. And my position on this is that you should vote. You should definitely vote. If I was to... People are suggesting that the forthcoming Holyrood election is likely to be a historically low turnout. And I think that is at present, at this moment in time, that's probably the case. But I would, you know, for the few people that, you know, that we have, that, well, in saying that, What the X has got a regular audience and we have a huge catch-up audience. And I would say, again, I do make this point, you know, I do appreciate people donating to the stream. The link is there, it's in the chat, or it's in my bio on my socials. And if you do that, you know, there's a lot of things we're trying to do, and anything that you give us allows us to do more stuff. And it takes a lot of effort to put on even just one stream. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. So do please support us if you're able to. And if you do watch on catch up, if you're one of those people that isn't a hate watcher, because there's quite a lot of yous, come on, but that's all right, that's cool. But you know, even if you're a hate watcher, you know, keep us on the airwaves. We're coming up to quite an interesting time in the Scottish political landscape, and I would like to try and engage with that in some ways as we move towards the election. So any support is really welcomed. But I think that as we move towards this election, you've got until the 20th of April to register to vote. And I've made videos in the past, you know, like there's a certain section of the culture of like, oh, I don't want to give the system my details to vote and stuff like that. It's like the system's got your details, you know. You've got an iPhone, you've got fucking an international insurance number, whatever. Like they've already got your details, you know. It's like registering with the Electoral Commission to actually vote. You know, it's not the end of the world, like, you know. And I think you should register to vote, and I think you should vote. And I think when you go into that voting booth, if you don't have a socialist, or you don't have an independent, or an independent socialist, or someone that you can directly relate to, that you can say, you know, that is oppositional to the big contemporary political parties, Labour, the SNP, the Tories, you know, the Lib Dems, I suppose, to a certain extent, but any of these major contemporary neoliberal political organisations, if you don't have an option to vote against these parties, it's very important to the best of your ability to draw the biggest, most concise cock and balls that you can on your ballot, and don't forget the pubes. It's very important to do that. That is the fundamental statement. The more cock and balls on the ballots that we can get in this forthcoming Scottish election, the more of a statement we'll be making to the system as it is. I would implore as many people across the country to do that. If you don't want to vote and you really think there's no point in voting, I disagree with that. If you've not got anyone to vote for, please, I implore you, register to vote by the 20th of April so you can get yourself into that voting booth and get that phallus put down on that piece of paper. That's a very important thing. I'm going to play a piece of music now from a brilliant artist who's come out with this great track that a lot of you have clocked already. This is Francis Bond. Hold on a second. I'll be back in just 1 second.
I love to be a Scotsman. I love to be a Scotsman. So I could call my mate a good cunt, call my boss a ball bag, call my wife a head. When my Kilton go commando. Are you serious? Dance Kelly every night. Shout I with all my might. I some whiskey and some iron brew. Drink 10 and then I fight. I'll brave the Highland weather in my tartan feeling grand, and a haggis in one hand, and my bagpipe playing band. I love to be a Scotsman. I love to be a Scotsman. I love to be a Scotsman. I love to be a Scotsman.
Mr. Commando, you'll never be a Scotsman.
Yeah, we fucking go. Yeah, we fucking go. Yeah, we fucking go. Go, yo, go. Yeah, we fucking go. Let's go. Yeah, we fucking go. Let's go. Yeah, we fucking go. Come on. Yeah, we fucking go. That's right. Yeah, we fucking go. Come on. Yeah, we fucking go. One time. Yeah, we fucking go. One time. Yeah, we fucking go. Two times. Yeah, we fucking go. I love to be a Scotsman. I love to be a Scotsman. Whoa.
This egregore we made was constant adulation. So we feel everything and face the domination. We're made of broken parts like Frankenstein or Eve. You can drop your bags and check in, but you can never leave. We are the dreamers. We live inside the scheme. These anarchists and bourgeoisie are seldom what they seem.
What am I against? I'm against psychedelic culture being sold the way that cigarettes once were, with promise, mystique, and just enough truth to hook you. I'm against the idea that healing is a peak experience you consume rather than a responsibility you live with afterward. I'm against marketing transformation without talking about preparation, integration, or the nervous system that has to carry it. Same medicine, different storylines. I'm not interested in persuasion, I'm interested in maturity. Slow healing, real integration, and people who can actually tell the difference between opening the door and walking through.
Do you know what's banging? Something I love more than anything else in the world is just to pick one of my favourite magical, mystical thinkers, download one of their lectures, throw on the headphones and just walk around on a beautiful day looking at stuff with their timeless words of wisdom intertwined with the different things that I'm looking at. I love it, and this is what it looks like.
Nature is the great visible engine of creativity against which all other creative efforts are measured. We would have to call an art-making machine, an engine for the production of ever more novel forms of connectedness, ever more exotic juxtapositions of disparate elements. The prototypic figure for the artist, as well as for the scientist, is the shaman.
The fabulous Liam Barty there, offering some sage advice to all of us. If you're on social media, if you're on Instagram, then follow Liam Barty and follow him on TikTok as well. His TikTok following's getting loads of views now, rightfully so. A brilliant filmmaker, a very wise young man who is got a current project on where he's exploring his own artistic processes, uploading a video every day, and constantly inspiring. Somebody that I find hugely inspirational. Love his work, so I would definitely recommend you go and check out Liam Barty's stuff. And also Francis Bond there, I Love to Be a Scotsman, a great fun piece of music there, a real antidote to the times. GTF Film says brilliant, Francis Bond is playing at the next Greenlight event. Much love. Well, I look forward to attending that, and the last one was fantastic, and I look forward to getting along to that next one at Ali. Thank you for letting us know that. We're heading into the home straight here before we depart. It's a beautiful day. I hope everybody's actually not watching What the X. I hope you're out there in the sunshine. I wouldn't hold it against any of you for doing that. I notice here that Mary Hunter is jumping on the AI kind of thing. There's a thing that troubles me a little bit at present. There's a lot of strange reactions about AI, and it's a kind of term that's getting used to generalise all things. There are loads and loads of valid critiques about AI, about ridiculously hyperbolic claims about AGI and all this kind of stuff. It's ridiculous. Ewan Morrison, for example, says a lot of is kind of like a very active anti-AI guy online. And he's a great writer, Ewan, and I would say that there's a huge amount of stuff that Ewan says about the myths of AI, as I say, the bullshit of it, the fact that these huge capital entities that are it's all about money, and the veracity to their claims is highly dubious. It's hugely detrimental to the environment in very many ways. But there's also another side of it where there seems to be this idea that anything done or using AI is to be you have to turn your nose up at that, and I have a completely different perspective on that, and especially when it comes to AI and art. Some of my favourite artists and some of the best artists around at present are all using AI in various ways, and I think that this is something that we should be aware of, that as a tool for making art, it's no different from any other advance in technology. And so we have this idea of AI slop, which is undoubtedly that's a thing. AI slop is everywhere, you can see it, it's very easy to see. And then there's a whole bunch of other AI work that is absolutely not slop. For example, the video that I started this morning with Norman Harmon's video. Nori's an artist of significant note, who's able to paint anyone under the table with the materials themselves, and he's probably Scotland's foremost digital artist, to be honest. He's always pioneered digital art, and the advance of AI is no different with someone like Norman, and you can see that in his work. So I think we have to be very careful to just not dismiss all art that's using AI as AI slop. I think that it's perfectly right to identify that there's AI slop, but then there's a whole other realm of art as well that is absolutely not AI slop. And sort of Philistines and ignoramuses should do better than kind of categorise AI in that way. And also there's other aspects about it. I mean, it's like the internet. People would always make as many arguments for it as against it, and I think AI is no different in the way that people are using it. Lots of old people are enjoying AI, the way that it's accelerated the process of certain things. So I think we have to be careful to not fall into these very reactionary camps while still being cognizant of the arguments about where this is problematic and obviously where it becomes incredibly intrusive. There was a post that I put up yesterday about how the new Meta glasses, when you look at objects, those objects have to be categorised and identified by a human operative, and those human operatives are in third world countries working for buttons, basically. And it's also, there's huge questions of privacy within this as well. They say that they're basically subject to everything that the people see, from their daily ablutions to everything else. Bodgers McGlinty makes a very important point. Not everyone can prompt AI. There's absolutely an art to it. It takes a lot of imagination. It's very true. There's a huge issue with these people who make these sweeping generalisations about AI. It reminds me of many years ago when I was a young lad and I worked in Pro Audio. And I would work in music shops, and it was in the early days of selling Akai samplers and selling Pro Tools and digital equipment and stuff, and there was always this sort of thing when it came, and especially when dance music started, you know what I mean, and you would have that argument of like, oh, you just push a button and it does it all for you. I mean, you couldn't come up with a more ridiculous and ignorant statement to make, and I feel that's kind of like the way that it is with AI. And I think the challenge, the gauntlet would really be for those people who are so outspoken and reactionary about AI and who dismiss all AI art as AI slop. It's like, I'll tell you what then, if it's all AI slop, exactly as Bodger says, well, why don't you demonstrate that it's all AI slop and show us that you can make a similar piece of art to a prominent artist who's using AI in their practice, and they're soon going to expose themselves for not having a Scooby about what they're doing. And fundamentally, let's just be clear about this, there's a question of hours. Our human labour is still got a price on it, and those artists who are using AI within their practice, I shudder to think how many hours they're actually devoting to some of the works that they're creating, whether they're using AI or otherwise. I'm an artist myself, I use all different types of media to make stuff. I've been using AI from its inception as well, when it comes to visuals and stuff. And I know how much time you can spend on something, and it's quite insulting for somebody to turn around and say, oh, that's just AI, it's slop. It's like, is it? I just spent a week and a half working on that. Could you do that? The answer to that is categorically no, they couldn't. So let's just have a wee bit more rationale when it comes to these arguments. GTF Film says AI is a tool in the hands of a master. You can create in the hands of an idiot. You can create in the hands of an idiot. Enough said. The US allegedly used Claude when searching Maduro. What time is the Leith Links event? I'll tell you right now. If you just bear with me. Didn't go anywhere because I'm playing out with a banger. If you have a ticket tonight for the hottest gig in town, that is the Screaming Kick at the Leith Depot. The Screaming Kick have got their album launch tonight, and I guarantee you that'll be brilliant because they're an amazing live act, and their new album is absolutely brilliant. In fact, I should have put a link up to it today. I will do that. If you follow me on the socials, you'll see that I generally try to cover the things that I've been posting on my socials anyway, so here we are. It's the Women's Festival. It started at 12 o'clock, so it's already gone now. 4 Links Gardens. You'll see it if you go down there. Dr. Normal is performing. She's a great artist. Kurdish culture and a mix of traditions. So if you're out and about in the sun, go down to Leith Links and now that'll be on. And I'm sure that'll be a nice thing to attend. Or if you're in town, you could also attend the anti-imperialist demonstration. That's another one to check out. Right, I think we're at the end of the day. I've enjoyed blethering away to you all this morning. I nearly never did this morning due to other factors, but I decided I had to, seeing as I'd said last night I was going to do it. So thanks very much. Like I say, if you're able to support us, please do. Bojo says it's the same as anyone can paint this eye. Meta messaged me asking if I would volunteer to wear my Meta Quest headset doing domestic banal tasks a couple of times a week for £50 a go. No thanks, but I respected the idea. Right, it's a beautiful day. I hope that it stays like this for the rest of the weekend. Hopefully some divine intervention happens and this endless killing comes to an end, although it's hard to see that happening anytime soon. So let's just remember that we're all Jock Tamson's bairns, we all bleed the same, and we need to be pointing the finger at power, not just people, right? That doesn't seem like the right answer to anything. So apologies to any Ouija's who've been offended over the last 12 hours or so. I'll try to be more specific in my anti-Hun dialogue in the future. But for now, it'll just have to be the case that there's a wee bit... It's just a bit of banter, eh? It's just a bit of banter. Look, see, you know what I mean? It's like 40 odd years go to Easter Road and fucking singing in your Ouija slums, like, you know? It's hard to like dispose myself of that conditioning, you know. Anyway, I'm leaving you with, again, are they Scotland's answer to the White Stripes? I think they're better than the White Stripes. They're absolutely brilliant. There's basically so many good artists and music coming out of Scotland at the minute. It's, you know, I'm always going on about how culture is not your friend. I'm talking about dominant culture there, or mainstream capitalist culture. Our independent art and culture is thriving, and none more so than this duo. Their latest track just came out yesterday, I think, or Thursday. It's very apt given the subject matter of what's going on. Flags. Catch you later.
Long day at work, she comes home to a mess. Said he'd clean up, but he's over at friends. Is she getting some tonight? She's not holding her breath. Gets her laptop, then it's open to vent. 43 with a flag in her bio. she hates blanks, but that is a typo. The sexual frustration you could catch with your eyes closed, lonely at night, so turn to a wino. I know a few guys, 6 out of 10s, could sort your life out, make a chick of a hen. Get your dick's traction, you'd be listening then. But for now she's finding foreigners and wishing them dead. She goes,
Oh no, you cross a line on a map. You better get online, cause it's time to retire.
maybe get outside, try lie on the grass, mate, you should. Everyone! Shag, slag, not flag. Shag, slag, not flag. Shag, slag, not flag. Shag, slag, not. Let me guess, your wife left, didn't she? Took the house, kids, money and your dignity. How you cope has got your Twitter feed in disbelief. Any prick can see you're on the wrong side of history.
Oh no, you cross a line on a map. You better get online, cause it's time to retire.
Maybe get outside, try lie on the grass, mate, you should. Shag, slag, not flag. Shag, slag, not flag. Shag, slag, not flag. Shag, slag, not flags.
I'm saying flags.